So there's one ETF that's called SPY, and SPY represents the sort of like the acronym or shorthand of the fund or stock. That is S&P 500 ETF. So you can look it up when you have time. I'd say that's one of the easiest ways. Every month, whatever you can do, right?
Yeah.
But you want to be consistent.
Okay.
Another component that I didn't really talk about is, your budget. Like understanding what's going in and out so you can realistically commit to this over time. Because what can happen sometimes is that, okay, it's a good deal. Like I'm convinced, like I'm gonna have considerably more money if I do this, right? But you have to be like realistic in a sense, like, well, how much will I have to sacrifice? Or how much will I have to put in and can I afford it, Because what you don't want to do is get in a jam and then you have to pull your money out. Because what you'll end up lose out on is the time factor of the money. So if you leave your money in SPY, if you were to look at a chart right now, SPY probably maybe started at, 100, but it's like going crazy now, right? 10 years later, 4 years, whatever. But if you take it out, say here, right, because you're in a jam, right, and then you put it back in, you're not going to get the same amount of gains. It's kind of like restarting, you know what I mean? Because say it goes up maybe 10%, and then you pull it out, and then it's still going up the time period that your money is out, Then you put it back in, you kind of lose your time advantage. So I'd say understand that, but say to make it easy, say if you go get a bag of chips every Wednesday, like religiously or something, right? And you can afford that bag of chips. Like for example, that's what I did. That's all I could really do.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, that's one bag of chips. Maybe you got the family size, I don't know. Right? What is that like? It's almost like $6 right now, or $5, inflation,
It's like
$6 bag of chips every week on Wednesday. Okay, bam. Okay, so that's it. So what, $24 a month? And that's something,
Yeah.
That's something. And then 4 years from now, it's going to turn into something. Yeah. So that's a strategy. But I do still recommend that you take a look at, like I do this monthly. Like take a look at my finances, see what's going on, things I have to pay.
Yeah. So do you go on there and you look at where your money moves, where it's going? How often do you check that? Monthly?
I don't really check it these days.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't really check it. Most of my equity is in my house now. Yeah, since I used up most of my investments for my down payment.
Okay.
Yeah. And another thing about that, if I could do it over again, I would have borrowed from it instead of sold it. Because there's another thing called capital gains tax, for which when you sell your stock, right, you have to pay, the government, Uncle Sam and things. So I'd probably, borrow from it again, when I do it again, because I want to do it again. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I don't really check it. Like, I like to be hands off, right? So you go into, say, what do I have? I have a couple of